Sitting hard by the banks of the Tennessee River is 107,000-seat Neyland Stadium, home of the Tennessee Volunteers. And a festive atmosphere has surrounded the stadium all day as Vols fans gear up for their annual showdown with the Florida Gators. The Tennessee players made their traditional walk across campus and arrived confident that this will be the year they end their 5-game losing streak against the Gators. It's number 2 Florida and number 6 Tennessee. Welcome everyone to Knoxville. A tremendous scene as Tennessee and Florida get ready to renew what has become one of the most intense and emotional rivalries in all of college football. Here come the Volunteers. And from the other end of the stadium, the Florida Gators. Florida and Tennessee ready to get it on again. The opening kickoff in a moment. Tennessee won the toss and elected to receive. It'll be Jeff Chandler, a freshman from Jacksonville, to kick off for the Gators. Travis Stevens standing at the 1-yard line. Good kickoff by Chandler. 8 yards deep into the end zone. Offset eye with Jamal Lewis. The tailback and movement along the left side for Tennessee to get off to a good start.
Well, it certainly is. They have not played.
Same formation on 1st and 15. They hand it off to Lewis, and the Gators are ready for him. Absolutely nothing. The Tennessee backs and receivers, Jamal Lewis, leading freshman rusher in the nation last year, with Sean Bryson, a versatile tailback, a fullback rather. Peerless Price, Jermaine Copeland are the wideouts. They rarely throw to the tight end. Up front, it's Clifton, Hamilton, Riley, Coleman, and Rito. The veteran group with their experience last year when they had their difficulties in Gainesville. Straight ahead again, and 2 yards for Lewis. The dominant Gator front, Tim Beauchamp, Ed Chester, Reggie McGrew, and Willie Cohen. All 3 linebackers are candidates for the Buckus Award as the nation's best linebacker. Javon Curse, a great pass rusher, Johnny Rutledge, and Mike Peterson. And in the secondary, Tony George has moved from safety to cornerback. Rod Grady and Doc Pollard are first-year starters. 3rd and 13. Very conservative start with the play calling for Tennessee. Lewis well short of the first down. Travis McGriff waiting for the punt. Virtually no breeze in the stadium. A very warm night here in Knoxville. McGriff from his own 34. Has some running room. Travis McGriff taken down at the 34-yard line. The crowd noise trying to help the Tennessee defense. Jesse Palmer with flags down, moved away from center. They did this successfully against Florida State at home last year. Draw, Terry Jackson, dragged down from behind by Sean Ellis. Now 3rd down and long, and movement again. And the crowd noise.
Dead ball, ball start, on the offense.
The Florida backs and receivers, Terry Jackson back after a serious knee injury last year. Frazier is a blocking fullback. Kareem and McGriff, the wide receivers. They don't throw much to the tight end, Dwight Edge. Up front, Zach Pillar is the best with Ryan Kalick, Zach Sedalis, Cheston Blackshear on the redshirt freshman, Kenyatta Walker. And a throw caught by Travis Taylor. And he's very close to a first down. 3rd down and 1. Palmer back in at quarterback. And Jackson lunges ahead for the first down. Tennessee. The Volunteers up front on defense. Sean Ellis, Jeff Coleman, Darwin Walker, the strongest player on the team with a 535-pound bench press, and Corey Terry, a pass rusher. Eric Westmoreland playing with a sprained ankle. Al Wilson, their leading returning tackler. Raynaud Thompson, the linebackers. In the secondary, it's Goodrich, White, Grant, and Johnson. Doug Johnson at quarterback for Florida. And he'll throw toward the end zone. Overthrow, looking for Travis McGriff. Wayne Goodrich. Doug Johnson back in on 2nd and 10 at the Tennessee 23. And whistles and flags.
There's an equipment violation Timeouts charged to the offense.
3 receivers out to the left. Jackson went out in the pass pattern. A low throw by Johnson, handled by Travis Taylor. And he's out of bounds. Taylor had 7 in the first 2 games. Easy victories over the Citadel in Northeast Louisiana. Jesse Palmer back in. He throws to Taylor. And Taylor has a first down.
He's the player with the big play potential.
They might be in the process of identifying him as their big play go-to receiver. Jackson struggled to get out of the backfield. Jesse Palmer, the quarterback. On 2nd and long, he throws into the flat. And struggling for the pylon was Terry Jackson, but they're going to spot him down. Doug Johnson, the quarterback. Moving up and down the line to help his mates hear the signals. Jackson to the goal line, lost the football! Raynog Thompson recovers in the end zone for Tennessee. First and 10, Tennessee. At its own 20 after the big fumble by Jackson. That pass batted down, nearly a lateral. 9 turnovers for Florida and 19 penalties in the 2 wins against the Citadel in Northeast Louisiana. Martin's pass, no score, less than midway through the first quarter. And a flag thrown for delay of game. Look out for that 52-13 margin. Martin with the deep drop and a lot of time. Going deep into double coverage, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Tico Brown.
There's an interception. After the play is dead, there's a dead ball foul on Florida. Penalty be 15 yards. It'll be 1st and 10.
Jesse Palmer, the quarterback. So Florida backs up to its own 44. Another key mistake. Blitz on. They hit Palmer as he threw. He has Travis Taylor out there. Incomplete. A flag thrown. Pass interference will be the penalty against Steve Johnson. 15 yards. Moving the ball to the 41-yard line of Tennessee. Terry Jackson lunges ahead. Jesse Palmer. Fake the handoff. Throws wide open. Robert Gillespie, the true freshman, inside the 5 and down near the 2. First and goal. From the 3. Jackson. Jesse Palmer hands off, and Jackson loses ground. Fred White. Now 3rd and goal from the 4. Doug Johnson back at quarterback. Empty backfield. To the end zone and incomplete off the fingertips of Travis Taylor. Equivalent of an extra point for Collins Cooper. Out of the hold of Billy Young. The kick is good. And Florida is successful on its first field goal attempt of the season. And the Gators lead again against Tennessee in the first quarter. First time around, Chandler boomed one to the back of the end zone. This one returnable from the goal line. Travis Stevens with running room outside. And it was the kicker, Jeff Chandler, who made the tackle.
They need to establish some kind of rhythm against this Florida defense.
They're trying to establish the run, and perhaps that's a start as Jamal Lewis. E. Martin with a word for Sean Bryson, the fullback. And he hands the ball to Bryson, who rips through. He may go. Touchdown, Tennessee. Before the handoff, and those words of wisdom from the quarterback. Bryson goes 57 yards, and Tennessee has the lead after Hall's extra point.
They surge off the ball, but on that last play, they certainly did.
Jeff Hall's kickoff down to Bo Carroll, one of the fastest men in the country. Never could pick up speed. Bryson the touchdown from 57 yards on the run. Johnson setting up a screen. Terry Jackson sidesteps a tackler, picks up about 6. Be stick with the rotation as Jesse Palmer, the sophomore from Nepean, Ontario, is back. And Jackson did not get past the line of scrimmage, and with Doug Johnson at the helm for the Gators. Johnson has to get rid of it. Throws for a first down. Terry Jackson with Robert Gillespie, the true freshman, now in a tailback, giving Jackson a breather after that reception. Palmer dumps it short for little or no gain. Gillespie, two reasons why the Big East feels it's much better this year. They're demonstrating that they are a stronger conference. Johnson throws, caught, then dropped. Is it a catch? No!
This last year, Florida scored 3 times on him in 3rd down.
If they got that play off, it was just barely. Palmer running for his life. And now there is a flag.
Before the snap, there was a delay of game on the offense. There was no play. 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down.
He wants those chains to move. He's an offensive genius, and he wants that ball up and down the field.
Doug Johnson flush from the pocket and dropped. A punting situation up in the air. He's been alternating with Josh Korn. Wasilewski with not a very good punt. And it is down at the 34-yard line.
Made a takeaway, and then all of a sudden your offense popped a big play.
Jamal Lewis going nowhere. Johnny Rutledge. First 45 yards rushing in the loss at Gainesville, -1 in the second half. T. Martin throws, caught by Sean Bryson. And he's tackled. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Tennessee 7 and Florida 3. We'll return to Neyland Stadium after these messages and a word from your local station. First play of the second quarter, Tennessee with a 4-point lead, looking at 3rd down and 9, and flags before the play. And of course, a big fumble at the goal line by Terry Jackson, a major play in this game. Martin takes off running and is upended short of the first down. Second punt for Leverton, the sophomore from Midland, Texas, who lost his starting job last year after the second game when he had major difficulties at UCLA. Now it's Jesse Palmer at quarterback on 1st and 10 Florida. Under pressure, he throws complete to Nafis Kareem, and he is swung down by Steve Johnson. Palmer's had difficulty getting plays off, but he is 5 for 5 passing. Johnson back in there, he's 4 out of 7. And on target with that one to Travis McGriff, and he spins close to a first down. 3rd and less than a yard. Palmer keeps. And from our vantage point, he appears to have the first down. It's Doug Johnson at quarterback now. Terry Jackson, the lone back. Goes out into the pass pattern. The man is open, and the ball is incomplete. Jesse Palmer back at quarterback, and another flag down.
Season.
Foul is illegal substitution. The offense had 12 players on the field, more than 3 counts. 5-yard penalty at 2nd down.
5 penalties already for 35 yards against the Gators. Screen to Jackson in traffic, and he could not escape the traffic. Out of the shotgun, Doug Johnson on 3rd and long. And he has a first down to Travis Taylor. He lost the football. And it has been recovered by Tennessee. 1st and 10 Tennessee at its own 44-yard line. Martin gets away from the blitzing Grady and throws deep. It is a jump ball, and it is incomplete. Tony George lined up in front of Jamal Lewis. And he leads the way for Lewis, and they don't get very far. Tennessee has 1 turnover tonight. The winning team in this series in each of the last 6 years has committed 2 or fewer turnovers. Into traffic. Martin lucky to get away with that one. You're out what's going on in college football this year when you compare results. What a punt by Leverton. By far his best, a high hanger. McGriff fielded it inside his 10. And he weaved out to the 16-yard line. On 1st down, some trickery. The handoff went up the middle to Robert Gillespie.
He's already substituted early in this ball game.
Jesse Palmer, the quarterback. And he hits Travis McGriff for a big gain out to the 37. Now forced to play tonight because of the injury to Goodrich. Perhaps a chance at redemption. The ball handed back to Johnson by Jackson. He throws deep, and it is incomplete. And the officials need to have their room to work along the sideline without getting upended themselves. Ball thrown into the flat. Travis McGriff pushed out by Steve Johnson from Gainesville. 3rd down. Johnson lost the football. Al Wilson knocked it out. Tennessee ball. Tennessee at the 35-yard line. Just under 9 minutes left in the half. The Gators trail by 4. T. Martin on target to Jermaine Copeland. Sean Bryson out. And a quick hitter to Peerless Price. And he is buried. Looks like T. Martin is changing the play. Plenty of time on the play clock. They snapped it at 5. They give it to Lewis straight ahead. And 3rd and 8. A blitz. Martin throws on the run, incomplete. Along the near sideline. Watching Jeff Hall attempt a 39-yard field goal. Benson Scott the holder. Kevin Gregory the snapper. From the left hash mark. And he is good. Jeff Hall, the senior from Winchester, Tennessee, gives the Volunteers their largest lead of the night. They're two of the fastest men you'll find in college football. That's Carroll, who's a track All-American.
He had had a good week of practice, and if he needed to play, they had confidence in him, and sure enough, he needs to play tonight.
Florida now has minus yards rushing. This is the big house in the South. Terry Jackson.
Their leader, Al Wilson, taking the charge.
Wilson has been given credit by the stats people for causing all 3 fumbles. And Billy Ratliff will get credit for that tackle on Jackson. Corn fortunate to get a very good bounce. And it stops at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 Tennessee. Ball's at their own 26. Just more than 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Tennessee leads by a touchdown.
Mercedes Hamilton of Tennessee's done a pretty good job against those 2 guys thus far.
Certainly, as a whole, the line's done a much better job than it did last year. The pass dropped. Long yardage here, 3rd and 10. Martin showing his nifty running skills. Time on the field. Nose up spiral handled by Travis McGriff at the 22. And he's out of bounds. Jesse Palmer out of the shotgun. On the first play of this series, he throws it out. And the knee was down. Darrell Jackson's 2nd down. Call it 13. Johnson working out of the shotgun. And he throws to Travis McGriff. And it's incomplete. The Florida offense struggling here in the first half. Jesse Palmer, the quarterback, on 3rd and 13. He throws, caught this time by McGriff for a 1st down. Jesse Palmer is 10 out of 10 passing for 97 yards. Johnson back in. He's 6 of 12 for 68. He throws, nearly intercepted by Dwayne Goodrich. Second and 10. He's sacked way back at the 35-yard line by Jeff Coleman. Loss of 12 on that play. 3rd and 22. Doug Johnson has a man wide open. 1st down. All 3 offensive touchdowns by Florida came on 3rd down plays. Jesse Palmer on 1st down throws. Incomplete. Out of bounds. The kickers, Travis Taylor, Darrell Jackson, Travis McGriff. Out of the gun, Doug Johnson. The pump fake. The deep ball. And it is incomplete. And a flag thrown.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty's 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Steve Johnson was clearly beat on the play. He had a right hand on that shirt.
So it's 1st and 10 Florida. And a flag thrown along the near sideline.
It's a dead ball foul. Substitution violation on the offense. They had 12 players for more than 3 seconds.
On to win 31-14. Heath Schuler, the answer to the Athletic Trivia question. On 1st and 15, a ball down the middle and incomplete. They're going to rule that a catch, and then the ball came out after he hit the ground, apparently. Dwight Edge popped by Deion Grant, but they credit Edge with the catch at the 7-yard line.
The fans can boo all they want. The reality of it is it's a great call. The ground cannot cause a fumble.
And he had possession, both feet on the ground. On a keeper, up the middle. Johnson's the quarterback. They're at the 3-yard line, and he spikes it.
There was an illegal formation on the offense. They only had 6 men on the line. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
26 seconds left in the half. Tennessee by a touchdown. Florida threatening. Palmer to the end zone in traffic. Touchdown! Travis Taylor just inside the end zone.
Well, you talk about a big-time play by Florida. Comes back to the ball, catches it over the line. Coming back to the ball. That made the reception by that receiver.
And the extra point good from Collins Cooper. Well, Florida with 3 turnovers and 7 penalties here in the first half. 10 plays. It took 3 minutes and 11 seconds. And Jeff Chandler will kick off to Travis Stevens. Perhaps. It's a squib kick. Bobbled for a moment by Stevens at the 2. And he slips out to the 23-yard line.
And regroup and fight the second half.
And that's what Martin does. An entertaining first half. It wasn't always pretty. Mistakes on both sides. But as usual, exciting and intense when these two teams get together. The end of the first half, the score, Florida 10, Tennessee 10. Stay tuned as Tim Brando, Craig James, and Lou Holtz bring you up to date on all of today's scores and highlights on the College Football Today AXA and Equitable Halftime Report. After this message and a word from your local station. Most in stadium history. They watched the two teams play to a 10-10 standoff in the first half. Jeff Hall's kickoff into the end zone. A moment's hesitation, but now here goes John Capel. John Capel, the freshman, takes it all the way. But they're going to mark him out of bounds, I believe.
Outstanding field position for Florida.
Jesse Palmer takes the first snap of the second half and throws incomplete.
The whole story there is the Florida defense is every bit as good as advertised. They gave up one big play. They were tremendous in the first half.
The Tennessee defense holding its own. A sack. Transferred to Tennessee. Jesse Palmer, the quarterback, on 3rd and a mile. And he is upended by Eric Westmoreland, and he threw incomplete. Maine Copeland, the deepest volunteer. Excellent punt by the freshman from Tampa. Copeland started at the 19. And he's out to the 33-yard line.
His team is emotionally at the right peak. They're ready to play for 60 minutes.
And a quick hitter. Jamal Lewis gets free.
There's the man. Watch him. He ought to be a trench warrior. He kicks it out, opens that hole.
And Lewis is free again. He said he's been waiting 365 days for this game. Was disappointed with the way he played last year.
Particularly in third down situations.
Trouble with the handoff. Sean Bryson. 3rd down and 9. 3 wide receivers. They run the option. And he is collared. Martin whipped down to the ground by Tim Beauchamp. Florida had to burn a timeout. No rush. Leverton hangs it up. It takes a good bounce for the balls, and to be down near the 6-yard line. From deep in their own territory, Jesse Palmer hands off to Terry Jackson and Doug Johnson at quarterback. And buried is Jackson, back inside the 2 by Raynoch Thompson. It's brutal here in the second half. They haven't been able to rush the ball all night. Jackson, perhaps a half a yard, and that's it.
Florida's had some trouble.
Kozlowski, decent kick out of the end zone. Jermaine Copeland had to dodge a teammate, and it was a personal foul penalty against Florida on the run back. So Tennessee begins at the 29, and Team Martin goes down. Excellent field position to start this possession for Tennessee at the Florida 29. T. Martin lofts it up, looking for Peerless Price. Lots of contact. Touchdown! down to the end zone. It was unsportsmanlike conduct against Tennessee in the end zone after the play.
Not guarantee if Philip Fulmer and his staff are upset about that. This is not an easy kick.
Jeff Hall out of Benson Scott's hold. And Hall covers up for the penalty. Peerless Price, the senior from Dayton, Ohio, on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. 29 yards from Martin, and Tennessee leads again. Jeff Hall ready to kick off after his extra point. Put Tennessee back up by 7. A high pop-up kick and a fair catch. Quick pass to Travis McGriff. He's tackled quickly by Steve Johnson. More often than not, they've fallen way behind early and had that feeling of here we go again. And it is illegal procedure against the Gators. We'll see some of that, it seems, on the faces of the Gators. Second down, long yardage. Palmer throws, incomplete, through the hands of Darrell Jackson. And
there was no snap. Prior to the snap, delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, it's still second down.
He knows they can play better than they're playing, and he's frustrated about it.
10 penalties against Florida. Inside handoff, Terry Jackson. Had most of that yardage on his own. Got back to the 30.
We got to play third down. That's all he said to us yesterday.
Jesse Palmer out of the shotgun. Under pressure. Lofts it up for McGriff. And he has it. Travis McGriff down the sideline. Touchdown!
Pulled up on the play.
Jeff Chandler kicks the extra point. And the game is tied again. Travis McGriff, a 70-yard touchdown pass from Jesse Palmer. But they have let them play for the most part downfield tonight in the passing game. McGriff 6 catches, 123 yards in the touchdown. And the game is tied again at 17. Chandler's kickoff returned by Travis Stevens. And then with one quick strike, they have 7 points on the board. Nearly 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Jamal Lewis took the toss, tried to cut it back, and did, for a gain of 2 to the 20-yard line.
They're not quite the same as they were a year ago.
Martin just 4 of 11 passing for 44. They give it to Jamal Lewis, and he rumbles out to the 35-yard line. He is 63 yards this evening, and another flag working out this summer.
Dead ball foul, false start on the offensive line, first down.
In his numbers as a result of all the working out he did this summer. Increased his bench press significantly and actually backed off. They didn't want him to get second down and 11. Martin setting up a screen. Sean Bryson. And with the speed as well. Martin's pass batted straight up in the air, and it falls incomplete. He's a National Defensive Player of the Year. John Capel back for the punt from Leverton. His 6th punt of the night, a bomb. Capel lets it go into the end zone. Doug Johnson, the quarterback, on 1st and 10. Gators at their own 20. Low snap. Johnson fielded it. And he hit Travis Taylor, who got popped out at the 25-yard line.
And it's going to take him a while. That's not an easy position to play.
Medela snapped to Jesse Palmer that time. And again, Al Wilson caused 3 fumbles in the first half. Big play here, 3rd down and 5. Under a minute left in the third quarter. Completion, first down. Travis Taylor. And he is a sophomore. Jesse Palmer out of the shotgun. He throws deep. Looking for Taylor. Incomplete. He was very well covered. Palmer has the better numbers. Johnson is the quarterback on this play. Has Travis McGriff. Fumble! Still loose. Tennessee ball at the 36-yard line. Last play of the third quarter. And it's Jamal Lewis out to the 39. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Tennessee 17, Florida 17. We'll return to Neyland Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. first play. And it's 2nd down and 6 for the Volunteers. Jamal Lewis powering up the middle. Now 3rd down and short. And they give it to Lewis, as you'd expect, and he picks up the 1st down. Now 1 out of 9 on 3rd down.
Wow.
A lot of interesting numbers in this game. Martin throws high, looking for Jermaine Copeland. 2nd and 10. Lewis grabbed around the waist by Javon Curse. Down to the shotgun. T. Martin has time, throws, and it is incomplete. Drops the snap, but recovered and hit it in the air into the end zone. In a tie game early in the 4th quarter. Jesse Palmer lofts it out there, and it is incomplete. Off the hands of the tight end. Doug Johnson now at quarterback. Another low snap and a low throw. Incomplete.
Been playing quite a bit. Jackson certainly hasn't touched the ball much in this half.
A screen, and it is Gillespie, the true freshman. Stopped short of a 1st down. The ball bounced out, but was after he hit the ground. David Wozlewski, the punter. Short kick. And it takes a good bounce. Eric Parker was back deep for that one. And now it's Tennessee on offense from its own 35. The throwback by Martin, the peerless Price. And he dances out across the 40. 2nd down, a short 3. The fullback Bryson gets very little. Bryson and Lewis in the eye. Copeland and Price, the receivers. Lewis following the block of Bryson. 1st down. Out to the 48. Byron Robinson is the backup center, a senior from Oklahoma City. No problem on the exchange with Martin, but he had a problem once he took the snap. 10 minutes left. Tennessee at the 50. Quick drop, and the catch made. A good catch by Copeland. And he was a high school teammate and is still a very good friend of Jamal Lewis. Martin on 3rd and short did not get there. They ran the option again.
Probably the critical call.
Leverton, under a bit of a rush, hangs up a high punt. What a night he's having, and you have to feel good for him regardless of who you're cheering for. They've fixed the clock. It's been reset to 8:26. Jesse Palmer, his pass deflected, still caught by McGriff. And he's run out of bounds. 162 yards, including the 70-yard touchdown. Tie game, nearing 8 minutes remaining in regulation time. Johnson going for the home run ball just over the head of McGriff. Taylor's in now with Nafis Kareem to the bottom of your screen. On the delay, Terry Jackson. Doug Johnson. 4 wide receivers and an empty backfield. On 3rd down. Blitz. Johnson got it off. McGriff has the catch and a 1st down. And he's fighting to get away from Steve Johnson. He did manage to gain a few more on Johnson. Now it's Palmer, quarterback from midfield. A lot of time. Deep down the middle. Man open. Intercepted. The ball underthrown, and Deion Grant picked it off. Looked like a one-handed catch over the middle. Palmer had a man open.
A wide open receiver down the middle. And Deion Grant with the one-handed interception.
By the sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. His first career interception. And now Lewis on 1st down from the 47. College information coverage. Click on to cbs.sportsline.com. Lewis. Choppy steps. Mike Peterson took him down. 3rd down. And the pass is incomplete. And a very costly, inaccurate throw, as now they have to punt. Leverton hangs it up. And just a little bit too long. Another 47-yard punt. From the 20, the handoff to Jackson. He spins off some tacklers and Tim Couch, a Heisman Trophy candidate, taking on these Gators in Gainesville. Jackson on 2nd and short picks up the 1st down. at the Orange Bowl. Jesse Palmer, the quarterback. He throws, caught by Darrell Jackson, out of bounds. Under 4 minutes remaining in a tie game in regulation time. A blitz and the pass, caught. Johnson hit Darrell Jackson again, and he's across midfield. You sense anxiety in the crowd here now at Neyland Stadium as the Gators move across midfield with under 3.5 minutes remaining in a tie game. Palmer swarmed under. Back at the 41-yard line. Fred White on a safety blitz. 2nd and 19 after the 4th sack of the night for UT. Johnson wings it out to midfield. Darrell Jackson puts the ball ahead.
I think they like to play pressure defense. That's in their heart and soul.
They do bring extra people, and it works. Palmer sacked by Chris Ramsor.
A ball before he gets there. In that case, they couldn't get rid of it.
Wazalewski punts. He'll hit a Florida player and is downed by Marquand Manuel and end this 5-game losing streak against Florida. The handoff to Lewis. A helmet came free, but Lewis held on to the football.
No, and I don't blame him. I think you got to be really careful down here. I mean, you know, T. Martin has not had a big night throwing the ball.
No. They're deep in their own territory. Just over a minute when they got the ball. Inexperienced quarterback who has not been accurate in 2 games. I think he did the right thing.
We'll make that announcement.
Will Goss is going to make the announcement.
Goss chose to go on defense. Tennessee chose to play at this end.
The Florida 25. Rules are the same. You can't pick up first downs by picking up 10 yards. Martin drops back, looking toward the end zone, throwing toward the end zone too long in a double coverage. Who have been through the losses to Florida in the past. Martin again going for the end zone, and it is batted away by Doc Pollard. One advantage Tennessee would seem to have, they have a more proven field goal kicker in Jeff Hall, one of the best in the nation. Florida's kicking situation very uncertain. Martin scrambles, flag down, looked like there was holding in the middle of that offensive line.
He had a takedown.
Holding offense. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
You've got to get some points out of here.
Martin runs, he's in field goal range. He's back to the 24-yard line. Kicked the game-winning field goal at Syracuse 2 weeks ago. This will be a 41-yard try to give Tennessee the lead in overtime. Out of the hold of Benson Scott. That kick is right down the middle. A big 14-yard scramble by T. Martin. He moved them from the 38 to the 24. Tremendous noise now. Doug Johnson, the quarterback. Under pressure, he dumps it off. Caught. Gain of 4. Jesse Palmer with Jackson the lone back. They hand it off to Travis Taylor. And he is out of bounds at the 15. Doug Johnson.
They like the fade route down here, Sean. They like to run post corners.
Johnson throws it toward the end zone. Incomplete.
You got Travis McGriff and Travis Taylor on the same side. It's hard to cover those 2 guys.
2nd and 10. A blitz up the middle. The pass incomplete. Al Wilson. Doug Johnson is the quarterback on 3rd and 10. 4 wide receivers spread the field. Johnson toward the goal line, incomplete. He threw short of Travis Taylor. Be Collins Cooper, who converted earlier, the only attempt of the season by Florida. From 32 yards, that kick is no good! Tennessee wins! They'll celebrate long into the night in Knoxville, and particularly in the Fulmer household. For Terry Donahue and Mike Mayock, I'm Sean McDonough saying so long from jubilant Knoxville, Tennessee, where at long last the Volunteers have defeated the Florida Gators. The score 20-17 in overtime.